when we enter into God dimensions, a whole different realm, and I'm telling you, a whole different set of spiritual laws work in that realm as opposed to what works in this realm. And this is not flaky. It's all through the Bible. You're going to see it. And remember, you got all these truths that are in the Bible that are hidden in plain sight. And the only thing that keeps us from seeing them is our opinion, the things that we have been taught, the way we have been influenced to think. And I'm telling you, I want to get people to where all of us can think for ourselves in connection with God. You know, we listen to other people, we're willing to take input from other people, but at the end of the day, we learn how to take everything to God and really decide what we need to be listening to, what we don't need to be listening to, what we need to put into practice, what we don't need to put into practice. So all of that happens in this realm. And you could even call this realm, and by the way, I don't know if you know this, biblically, there was an ancient Hebrew scholar that discovered that in the Genesis account, that in the original language, it points out that there are at least 10 other dimensions. There's dimensions where there's angels. You know, the Apostle Paul talked about a third heaven. And all these things exist, and most of anything you ever hear about is always spooky and mystical and weird, but it doesn't have to be spooky, mystical, and weird. You're going to discover that these are realms that to some degree we can actually move into right now. Well, you know what's interesting is NASA spent millions, if not billions of dollars doing experiments to try to discover if there were other dimensions. Now you can go online and you've got all kinds of research and teachings about other dimensions. Well, you know what? If we just read and believed the Bible and let the Holy Spirit be our teacher, we could have figured this stuff out decades or centuries ago. Nachmanides, who was the man that discovered this, he discovered this hundreds of years ago. And I'm telling you, the Bible is always light years ahead of science. And one of the great things, by the way, about modern science, quantum physics, all this kind of stuff, is it's slowly catching up with the Bible. The more we get in touch with true science, the more we discover that the Bible and science are not that far apart.